It's so hot. I can feel myself sweating, and I have this hat on, and it's just everywhere. What's up, guys? It's Lewis, or Director Z, as some of you may know me. And I have an infinity gauntlet full of questions, so they're all mixed up in there. I just took the ones I got from Instagram and just wrote them down, cut them up, and, you know, shuffled it a little bit. So, let's answer some of these really weird, but some of them really engaging questions. First question from the gauntlet. Why don't you love me? Wow. Why don't you love me? It's a pretty heavy question. Now that I clearly answered that question, let's move on to the next one. You remember the roly head snap thing we did to be horrible human beings? That's good. No, I don't remember that. I honestly didn't understand that last question. Next one. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Like, me? I'm supposed to answer this? The only problem I really have with this question is I don't have a Tootsie Pop with me right now. So I just got something that looks like a Tootsie Pop, and I'm gonna see how many licks it takes to get to the center of this toilet brush. 0. I'm never doing that again. Okay, so next question. Let's see. What art style do you like in film? Ooh, I like this question. Okay. I think one of my favorite uses of art in film is, I don't think you could talk about art in film without talking about Stanley Kubrick. And in 2001, A Space Odyssey, he's done in The Shining, the work he's done in Full Metal Jacket. I mean, each frame of cinematography that's in those movies are just beautiful and large scale and just mesmerizing. I also really love the practical effects and just mesmerizing, crazy, thought-provoking work of David Lynch. Comes to art and film, I'm a big fan of David Lynch, Stanley Kubrick, Tarantino. I have a huge list, but if I have to see like my biggest artful, inspiring directors, it would go along the lines David Lynch, Stanley Kubrick, Tarantino, Federico Fellini, and Akira Kurosawa. Okay. Blueberries or strawberries? Well, blueberries are quite delicious. I've never really been a big fan of strawberries. But if you think about this for a second, blueberries are actually blue, so it's in their namesake. Strawberries are not made of straw. Think about that. Next question. What is a conspiracy theory you really believe? Okay, so in high school there was this dude that would talk nothing but conspiracies with me at in detention, Saturday school, whatever the fuck it was called. And there was this one he really convinced me of where he said pigeons are government cameras that are meant to look like pigeons, so that you don't really see what they're just watching. They're just there, they're just moving, and they never blink or go to sleep because they're always watching. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense because they're everywhere, and like they have this stare that's so cold and emotionless that I really believe pigeons are governed. Next question. Why should I ask you questions? This stupid question. Give me 3 must-watch films. Oh, that's hard. I can't just pick 3. Okay, well, if you're really just like a big fan of film and you want to just watch something really that'll challenge your mind, I recommend 8.5. I also recommend, is it 30? Yeah. No. Seven Samurai from Akira Kurosawa, as well as Rashomon, and I just need another movie, just another movie. Okay, it's really hard for me to decide right now, but I'm gonna go with Luis Buñuel's The Young and the Damned, because that shit will hit you in the heart. So it's The Young and the Damned by Luis Buñuel, Federico Fellini's 8½, and Seven Samurai from Akira Kurosawa, or also Rashomon. That's also just like kind of like an honorable mention. But also 3 other films I recommend because they're my favorite. I really like Watchmen, I really like The Truman Show, and I'm a real big fan of Pulp Fiction. So, favorite animated movie. Favorite animated movie. Animated movie. My favorite, I don't know. I can't. What is your most obscure impression? It was one of those impressions I kind of keep dormant and say like, no, don't do that. But you know, it's easy. You just gotta do the flubbity shubbity bleep bleep bleep. You know, it's a fun impression, but it's just hard to feel about that. Like, debacle for me because it's an impression that makes people laugh, but it's not something I should really do a lot. Why are you so cute? I'm really not. I'm not. Do you want something from 7-Eleven? I feel like I should have answered this when it was asked of me so that I can get something from 7-Eleven. But if you're still going to pick something up, I would like a bag of Takis and a bottle of Arizona, not a bottle, a can of Arizona green tea, a bottle, and some toffee peanuts. Because I got the munchies. Makes a good movie to you? Well, as long as the movie's just thoroughly entertaining and it's fun and I feel like I received some kind of message or some kind of idea that was new to me from the movie, then it was good. If it's something, a lot of people just put that phrase of good movie on like a really high pedestal, and like it shouldn't be there. When you say good movie, it doesn't mean you're trying to say, oh, it should win an Oscar. No, when I just say a good movie, it means I was entertained. I was thoroughly entertained. I liked the idea, I liked the visuals or the story. Whatever it was in the movie that made me want to say it was good, it was good. I enjoyed it. Alright. What show would you bring back? That's hard. Constantine? It only had like 1 season and I thought it was a great show. But yeah, and also One Day at a Time on Netflix. Like, holy crap! I related to that show on so many levels, and they just said, "Nope, forget you." Oh, I would love to bring that show back. Any hidden talents? Not really. Everything that I'm talented for is kind of out in the open. I could kind of make my cheeks move with like the wind I blow out, but it's really hard to do. See that? That's so weird, right? Alright, next question. Is this your first time? Damn it, now everybody knows! Would you make a Fantastic Four movie? It seems like a lot of work. There's so many people, the Fantastic, whatever their name is. Hell yeah, I would make a Fantastic Four movie. In all seriousness, I would only do it because I would want to tackle Doctor Doom. I think that would be fucking amazing. What lesser known books or characters would you take to the big screen? I would want to bring back Dylan Dog. I was a big fan of the comic. And I've literally heard no word on Sandman. And like, I really, really want Sandman to come to life. And I really want people to just get that scale of the endless and like his sister's death and all that. I want to adapt it so bad. I would also like to do American Vampire. I feel like that's a book or a story that not a lot of people are familiar with. Show and tell. Grab something nearby and tell me about it. Well, this was nearby. I wear this. I used to wear this at my first cons because I had nothing to cosplay with. And this is actually a piggy bank. So money's, like, change is supposed to go here and it's supposed to stop right here. But I took this off so that I could wear it like a glove. But right now it's just holding a bunch of paper questions. So that is the story of this plastic comic book, not movie, inspired Infinity Gauntlet. What are you looking forward to? Beautiful question. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to working with people. I'm looking forward to helping people just push through with positive energy. I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I'm looking forward to the places I'm gonna go. I'm looking forward to the work I'm gonna do. I'm looking forward to the stuff I want to collaborate with people with. Oh, there's so much to look forward to, like, in all honesty. So I love that question. I'm looking forward to a lot. Okay, how do you feel about umbrellas? Is this really a question? Like, look. How do you feel about umbrellas? I know it's really crappy handwriting. It's my handwriting. But somebody literally asked the question. How do I feel about umbrellas? Why can't I open you inside? I'm fine with them. I don't have a problem with umbrellas. What motivated you to be interested in film? Oh. I mean, ever since I was a kid, ever since I was young, I just loved watching movies. I loved watching TV, and I wasn't one of those people that just kind of like zoned out when I watched TV. Like I was watching it and I was paying attention. It made me smile, it made me laugh. Sometimes it made me cry. So just like the way of making people feel and feel good, or just feel in general, with the concept of motion picture is a beautiful idea to me, and I want to do that. Whether I want you to feel scared or whether I want you to laugh, I would love for people to just come together and have that feeling in a theater or on the couch just watching a show that I wrote or something. I would love just for people to just look at these pieces of cinema and just, you know, react, just get some kind of emotion from it. And also, I just love I love all of the concepts and ideas that can come, not together, but like all of the separate and things and ideas and stories that so many people can share, and so many people can just make you feel like you're not alone, because a lot of people have that creativity and that storytelling gland in their mind, you know? Got any really ambitious ideas? I think as a director, most of my ideas are very ambitious, because I like to go above and beyond when it comes to creativity, like with different just really fucking weird and insane ideas. Like, I also, you know, I have other ideas. Like, I've always wanted to do a Western. I was more like, I would want to put my own kind of mark on a Western. I would want to make it my own way. I would want to do a different idea that hasn't really been tackled before. I would do a lot of supernatural Westerns. I would add like elements of witches or werewolves or vampires, and kind of add more to that structure of how people were back in the West and how things came differently with the frontier. And I think my Westerns would be my most ambitious, as well as my supernatural thrillers. I would want my horrors to be really, really ambitious. I'm talking like real good practical effects, lots of blood and carnage, and just I would really want people who work on makeup and people who work on like art sculpting to come together to create something just horrific, something to make people go, whoa, like, you know, just blow their minds. So I think a lot of my ideas as a director are ambitious. I'm gonna do like a bunch at once right now. Are you excited for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Fuck yeah, I'm excited. You got Tarantino, you got DiCaprio, you got Brad Pitt, you got Margot friggin' Robbie, you got all these friggin' star-studded cast. You got Mikey Mo playing Bruce Lee. That was like my favorite part of the trailer. Then you also got Timothy Olyphant. You got, I think, Michael Madsen, and then just a bunch of star-studded cast. And it's Tarantino. Who doesn't love that? Naked dating? Well, a nude beach is kind of on my bucket list, and I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know, trying to like date or speed date with people being naked. I've just never done it before, and it really depends on how comfortable you are with your body. And I'm very comfortable with my body, so I would do it. Naked dating, yeah. Guilty pleasure. Okay, I think guilty pleasure is more like something you would feel guilt about for liking, but I don't really feel guilt about liking anything. I like everything. I like country, but the only country I listen to is Johnny Cash. I like old school music. I like reality shows. I like to watch them just because they're fun. They're just entertaining. So I don't really have a guilty pleasure. What does your Avengers movie look like? My Avengers movie would look like the introduction to the Dark Avengers. It's very dark. It's very gritty. It's very end of the world-ish apocalypse-y, because I would want to take the idea of the scroll from Captain Marvel and kind of have the Skrulls tear down the original foundation of the Avengers by making it so like, oh, well, we don't know who to trust because the Skrulls could be anybody. And then I would have that as a way to kind of build the bridge to introduce the Dark Avengers. Norman Osborn as the Iron Patriot, Daken, Wolverine's son. You got Venom as the new Spider-Man, and you got Ares, the God of War. It's a really cool fucking team, and I would like to introduce it because that's how the Skrull invasion introduced the Thunderbolts, and then they became the Dark Avengers because the Avengers were Dark Avengers. What do you like about yourself? I like how forgiving I am, but at the same time, not really. Like, that's a weakness that I consider, but it's still something I enjoy about myself because I don't hold grudges. I'm not that type of person to hold on to negative energy. I just let it go. I release it, and I just say, I don't need this. This is making it worse for me by holding in all this, harboring all this negative energy and hatred. Well, it's not hatred, but... Movie, what's it gonna be, Kyle? You have to decide. Tits or destiny? Tits. Said nudes. What? Said nude? Oh my god, that's just... You... What biopics would you adapt? I think it's long time for an Ozzy Osbourne biopic. Okay, because there's no one in this world that's going to say, I don't want to hear that story. Because he probably has the wildest, drug-fueled, craziest fucking stories you've ever heard. And that's exactly why I want to adapt it. Plus, I'm just a really huge fan of the Prince of Darkness. So Ozzy Osbourne, I would definitely just do 100% of everything I have to do that biopic. Have you ever done something you know you shouldn't have done? I think everyone has. I mean, life is about that. Sometimes you got to make decisions you wouldn't in order to break a few rules. Breaking rules is fun, you know? Say whatever you want to say about bad decisions, but they make for fun stories. That's all I got to say. What video game adaptation would you do? Okay, this one was a weird one because most of them suck. But if I'm doing it, and if I got to pick a franchise, I'm stuck between... I grew up with Halo. So I grew up with Halo. That would be a great franchise to cover. But also I would love to do God of War because I heard Jason Momoa raised interest into playing Kratos. And so I thought that would be fucking amazing. And I would focus on the story instead of just giving you visual after visual like a Michael Bay film. I would give you something congruent. I would show you that there's inner conflict in Kratos. I will show you the interaction between him and the gods, and like I would give you like a good God of War. I wouldn't just want it to be about the visuals, as epic as they would. Well, guys, it was fun answering all the questions. And it was cool doing all this. I would really want to do this again. I loved all the questions. How some of them were ridiculous, some of them were very engaging, and I had to think a lot about them. So I would love to do this again sometime. Thank you guys for asking so many questions, and thank you guys for watching this video. This has been Director Z, and I'll see you in the next one.